Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. So welcome to the quantum realm as we meet my next guest. She says it is the next phase of our evolution, and we are to activate, develop, and strengthen our light body. We continue our discussion on light body with Suzanna Kennedy from the beautiful Hawaiian island of Kauai, which is Lemuria. Let's welcome Suzanna Kennedy. Welcome, Suzanna. Thank you for being here on Quantum Conversations.
Aloha, Loren and everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here. Love bringing you the paradise energy to the world here.
Yes, the mana of Hawaii. We are going to talk about a graceful transformation into light body. But first, let's take a moment and really allow you some space to let us connect in with Kauai.
All right. So I am standing in an ascension portal here on the island of Kauai, which is known as the Garden Isle. And when the Paradise Blueprint anchored into the earth in 2005, it anchored through Kauai first. And so I've been one of many stewards of this energy, anchoring it to the planet and helping it to go and distribute out. So as you open your heart and breathe in, and I'm transmitting through my heart, you can imagine yourself right here with me in the Ascension Portal. And this Ascension Portal is a space that it's kind of like a temple space in the sense of it's an area where the outer grid, the 3D grid, the mass consciousness grid, the electromagnetic energies and everything, can't get into this space. It's just like a pristine, beautiful portal that connects directly to Paradise Earth as she was. It goes beyond. It goes into. This is new for me to hear. It is connecting to a place. Okay, so in multidimensionality, every possibility exists. So there's the timeline where Earth never fell into the third dimension and started in the fifth and went higher, and he continued to evolve. And so that's what we're tapping into here.
Wow, that is very cool. Wow. Would you say that Lemuria was part of that, or no, because it was high vibration like that, but did Lemuria fall? Is that where we are here?
Yeah, originally Lemuria was in this kind of state as well, but around the time, the later part of Atlantis is when everything started to fall into the third dimensional frequencies. And so, Lemuria was, it went underwater at that time. And many of the inhabitants went underground.
Mm-hmm. Yes, fascinating. Okay. We love that story. Now, while we're maintaining this energy and this connection, it feels wonderful actually. Let's talk a little bit about your personal story and how you came to this truth and this work to assist in this light body activation and embodiment. You come from the corporate world, so how did your wake up occur, so to speak, or how did you fully identify and step into this passion?
Well, I woke up one morning, a Saturday morning, and I had an energy running up my spine that was quite intense and electric-y and scary because I had no frame of reference for it. And, it was just very strong, and my spine was undulating on the bed, and it was like, wow, and I just kind of said, God, what's happening? And I heard an answer. It was, you are giving birth to yourself, just breathe. And so I did the birthing breath, the Lamaze breath, because I had 2 children. That was the only breath I knew. And so I did that, and that actually helped to calm me. And the energy continued for like an hour and a half. And when it was done, I felt like a completely new person and knew that whoever I thought I was before was not really who I was. And I could feel this vastness of who I really am, this huge, vast being of love and light. And at the same time, seeing the kind of the old self-identity still, as I saw it as a program in my cells, and knowing that programming in my cells needed to be deleted in order for me to really be able to express this vastness in this body. So after that happened, I felt very mission-oriented all of a sudden. It was like, all right, I'm here, I have arrived, and I'm here to do something, and I got to get going on it. Didn't really know what it was, but my first clue was I've got to, get rid of this old programming. So I was guided to somebody who helped me to get rid of the programming, and I became, it was called Integrative Natural Healing, I think, and I got certified in that, and then started to share it, and then as I shared it with other people, my whole team came in, and they would tell me how to evolve the whole technology, and they did tap into, they said, we need to tap into your corporate background, because I designed training programs. So they said, we need you to redesign this process so that you can do it for a lot of people all at once, or that they can do it on their own, because there's going to come a time when so many people are going to need and want to do this. It's going to be a necessity, and, doing it the way that I was taught to do it, one-on-one, there's just not enough of me to go around to do it that way. So I reformatted it and, brought that into the world as the emotional mental detox. And then, I went on and followed that voice that said, you're giving birth to yourself. That stayed really with me, crystal clear, like somebody talking to me on the phone, which really was I was so grateful for. And it guided me on a lot of adventures to different sacred sites. I downloaded another big piece, which they said was an ascension program, and I offer that too, the Divine Human Upgrades. And then after, and I've been doing this for like 15 years, and more recently in 2005, I was here on Kauai, and somebody called me up on the phone, somebody that I didn't even know, and said that in a meditation, the consciousness of Gaia, Mother Earth, had asked her to bring together a group to bring in the Paradise codes, and she asked for me specifically to be on the team. So I was honored to be called for and to service that way. And I went to the place where we all gathered here on Kauai, but at that time I was already doing teleclasses. So after I did it here in the physical, I shared that with my network, who's all over the world, and we kind of spread the energy out. And then they asked me, can we do this on a regular basis? Because what they were saying was, I know that I'm here to help restore Earth to paradise, but I didn't know how. And now you've given me a way to do that, and we want to continue. It feels good. It feels, that feeling of fulfilling your soul purpose. And let's continue. So I put together the team. We called it the Paradise Builders team. And we met on the phone every week for 6 years and helped to create, we called it the Rainbow Bridge, that would help humanity and the Earth move through this graceful transformation from the 3D Earth to the 5th, and then put it on the road, to higher evolution. And so that's when I started to get a lot of experience working in my light body, and the light body being a vehicle for your consciousness. And, we connected the team that was with me on the phone, we connected with the Paradise Council, which was made up of all these different races of beings who had a vested interest in helping to restore paradise on Earth. And they took us on all kinds of journeys and trips to their, sometimes to their home planet, sometimes up to their ship. Sometimes they'd give us a new energy tool to work with. Every race in the beginning came to us and wanted to introduce themselves and give us some kind of experiential gift. So that was really wonderful. So that was the beginning of me working with my light body and leading others in a light body adventures.
Okay, well, thank you for following that inner voice. It is the key, and everyone is learning how to do this more and more every day. So when you are working with the light body, then let's talk more about what is going on. I know all of us would love to really activate this. Some of us have already had light body activations and have been working with this light body, but can you explain what is going on here and how we can identify when it is we are working with it?
Well, the light body, like I said, is a vehicle for your consciousness. And so it's a way for you to be able to stay conscious and travel to other dimensions. And so if you're, doing journeys either on your own to other dimensions or, in a group, in a guided form, that is, you're using your light body to do that. And so the biggest thing, the light bodies are activating. They get stronger. One of the things that you can do to make it stronger is to obviously become aware of it consciously, spend a little time and consciously connect to the sun and connect to the earth and, be aware of your light body around you. And call for an alignment so that your physical body and your energy body, your chakras, and your light body are aligned. So you want to, align. So what I usually do is I say recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. And then what I do is breathe. And I imagine as I'm breathing in the energy from the sun, it's like I'm inhaling the sun into my light body and exhaling it through my physical body. And I just kind of imagine, because your imagination is your guide, is going to guide the energy. Imagine that the light body, which is a crystalline structure, is getting stronger, kind of thicker, brighter, and radiating out further. And depending on, how strong your light body is and how, what the frequency of it obviously is going to determine where you can go, because the light body itself will be like a key to get into a dimension. When the frequencies are aligned, obviously you can go into that dimension.
Yes, okay. So then this is our own little energy field, this light body, where we're breathing in this energy into our light body or into our aura. And what does it have to do with the heart? How is the heart involved with this? I'm sure we must, or how do we blend the mind with the heart?
Mm-hmm. Well, the heart is going to be your center. So, dropping down, actually before I even do the alignment, I always drop down, you drop down your attention. Just put your attention in your heart space, and I align with all that is. So I say, I am all that is. I am all that is. I am all that is. I am divine light. I am divine love. I am divine wisdom. I am divine power. I am a being of synthesis and fusion. I'm saying I am a multidimensional being of synthesis and fusion. I am that I am. So that's going to put your heart in the center of that alignment. So you're going to see, your physical body, and then there's your aura, and then even outside of that is your light body, which for most people is going to be in the shape and the geometry of a star tetrahedron. And when you get to a certain point in your soul evolution, when you've merged with your twin flame, the geometry changes into a diamond structure. So that's what it would look like, around you. And as you're breathing in from the light from the sun, You're breathing it into the crystalline structure around you, and you've already made sure that that's all aligned with your body and your energy field, with your heart being in the middle, at the core.
Okay. Can you share more on merging with your twin flame? Did you say earlier that you have a diamond-shaped light body?
Yes.
And
yeah,
so
yeah,
merging with your twin flame on this or on an etheric level?
Well, just to clear up, the way that I'm using twin flame. Your twin flame is, when we came into the third dimension. Now, I'm going to go back before that. When we're in the higher dimensions, the fifth and higher dimensions, we're androgynous beings. Okay, there's not male and female. The male and female is a separation that happens in the fourth and third dimension. So you start out as an androgynous being, but those frequencies are so high they can't come into a third dimensional body. So we split apart. And so that our twin flame stays in the higher dimensions and can often be our guide, and we might call it our guide, our guardian angel, but that part of us stays in the higher dimensions and waiting for us to raise our frequency so that it matches and that we can actually merge with it in our physical body. And when that happens, that's when I noticed that the light body changed its geometry from being two, the star tetrahedron is like two pyramids. One is pointing up and one is pointing down, and they're superimposed on each other. But what seemed to happen with the twin flame merge was the pyramid pointing up moved up, and the pyramid pointing down moved down, and they were connected base to base, and it looked like a big diamond. It's an octahedron. And I didn't know that was going to happen. That was just what we observed after the twin flame merging.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying that.
And then once you merge with your twin flame, because I know people are interested in this, then you can attract. You've got that energy inside of you, and that's what you're radiating. So you will attract a partner or people who are resonant in that energy and that consciousness. So you may attract a partner, won't necessarily be your twin flame. It's not like your twin flame embodied. It's more like it. He has the frequency and the consciousness that matches and can express that. And you may have your twin flame energetically overlaying or helping to align or upgrade, the partner that comes in. But that's going to be a partner that, when you get to that point in your evolution, you've already cleared your own system out and you've raised your vibration to that point. And it's a necessary step in the ascension process in order to, have the frequency you need to perceive the higher dimensions.
Yes, okay. It is a fascinating subject, and when we look back at the wisdom of the ages, and there's stories of the masters of the Far East who are in this connection, this knowingness, this trust that they are source as well, that they are an embodiment of the Christed light. They can perform miracles. And so this is really our trajectory when we are working with this light body. It's really how much light we can hold. So talk a little bit more about how we can increase this light quotient. We've been going through these clearings. Many of us are realizing we have changed our choices and we've changed our reactions to things as we move these lower density energies out. So, I guess more on this topic.
Right. Well, that's definitely, on the right track to doing that as you shed your density, which raises your vibration. And it's like when you raise your vibration, you're able to perceive, again, into the higher dimensions. It's all about the frequency and being able to align with it. Your frequency is the key to anything. So it's not only the density, but then also those mental beliefs about what you can see and what you can't see. So those get cleared out as well. So I think, everybody is really on the path to doing those things. And then, what I found helps is to actually just do it. So, that's why I love guiding people on these light body adventures, because I can hold a space for people who maybe couldn't do it on their own yet to be able to stay conscious in a light body adventure. So to be able to go in their light body somewhere and actually experience it, while I'm holding the energy for that. And then once you do it a few times, then, you can do it on your own. It's just kind of like getting the hang of it and understanding, getting validation, to that, what you're perceiving, others are perceiving as well, or they're perceiving it from a different standpoint. But it's just kind of like, well, let's just do it, and you'll feel it, and you'll get the sense of it, and then you can do it on your own.
Okay, beautiful. Well, can you feel into our group energy? It spans the world, and take us on a light body adventure. And then afterwards, we're going to ask our audience to share what they experience so that they can validate the experience for others. So beautiful. We'll give you a moment to feel in here and take us on an adventure.
Okay. Well, want to prepare a little bit before we take the adventure. So let's all get into the same energy I was talking about before, your highest creative source that's inside your heart. So we access that by I am all that is. I am all that is. I am all that is. I am divine light. I am divine love. I am divine wisdom. I am divine power. I am a multi-dimensional being of synthesis and diffusion. I am that. I am. So just take a few breaths with that and let that expand. Feel it. Let it expand. And that's radiating from your heart outward in all directions. And just going to become aware of your energy field and your physical body and your emotional body and your mental body, and we're just going to do I call it the triple flame. We're going to do a triple flame shower and just clear up any stress or anything that just is in your field from your day. So I'm going to say activate, activate, activate the triple flame. Purify, purify, purify my energy field. And so the triple, you just breathe with that. The triple flame is the pink frequency of divine love, the yellow frequency of divine wisdom, and the blue frequency of divine power. And when they come together, they're just really an incredible purifying and healing energy. So just let it rain down through, some people it's doing a spiral, like a little beautiful colored tornado around them. Beautiful. Good. Speed with it. Okay, so I'm just seeing that tornado kind of going all the way from top to bottom and then kind of just whooshing down into the earth. Okay. All right, and connecting from our hearts, sending a beam of love light up into the sun, a beam of love light down into the earth. And let that beam of love light that's going down into the earth, just imagine kind of an anchor at the end of it. So it's going to, so that you feel secure as we're going to move in our light body, that you're going to find your way home. You would anyway, but just I can hear a few people who are a little bit afraid of getting lost in space. So we're just going to have like an umbilical cord. All right, becoming aware of your light body now around you. And notice what shape it is around you. And we're going to breathe for a few moments, like I said before, breathing the light from the sun into the light body. So it's going to go through that crystalline structure, whatever the structure looks like. And as we inhale it into the light body. And we're going to align the light body with the physical body. So we're going to say, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. So you may sense or see your energy body, your chakra system, your spine, just, everything coming into an alignment. And as we breathe in the light from the sun into the light body and exhale it into the physical body. Inhale it from the sun into the light body and exhale it into the physical body. So that'll align and integrate as well. Okay, good, good. So the light bodies are getting stronger, brighter. Okay, and so now we're going to take a little journey, and we're just going to let our consciousness leave your body where it is. Let your consciousness go with your light body, and let's just go up above you, up above your home or the building that you're in. And just kind of stop there and feel, see, perceive, however you perceive. So not everybody has the ability to see with kind of visual eyes. Some people feel, some people get information kind of in an auditory way. Some people just know. They just don't even know how they know, they just know. And so we're going to move up again and going to move up above the earth until we're looking down at the earth and you can see the whole globe. Beautiful Mother Earth. Okay, so I'm getting an invitation from the Arcturian mothership for us. So we're going to, first of all, I've been there a lot before, so I know this and trust it, but I want you to be able to feel and discern and feel it in your heart. Feel an alignment. So an alignment is going to feel actually pretty peaceful and neutral. Okay. And so if you are feeling that sense of peace and neutrality, that means there's an alignment and that it's safe. And feel it in your heart, in your heart chakra. Yeah, okay. And so now we're actually going to come together first over the earth together, this group. So we're going to bring all of our light bodies together. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so let's just take a moment to greet each other. And, it's kind of a celebration. So aloha, everybody. We have like one big light body vehicle that we're in right now. Feeling the love, the aloha. So I feel like I'm putting a beautiful flower lei around your neck, each one of you. I'm giving you a little hug. Yeah, nice. Thank you. Okay. All right. So we're ready now to go together onto the Arcturian mothership. And so we're going to go together. We're going to be coming in through the bottom of this ship. And into the, I guess I would call this a greeting station, or a, arrival, the port, the arrival port. And there is a delegation here to greet us. And they're going to take us into a room that's going to be able to hold us all. And if you're listening, later to the replay, there is no time and space, really. It's about the frequency. So as you tap into this frequency, you're right here with us. Good. Okay, so we're in this beautiful room. And so I just want you to observe it for a moment. Just feel it, look around, however you perceive. And you can give your mind the instruction, the command to open your perception, to be able to perceive and experience what's here. And so I saw with that kind of an activation of the pineal gland. Okay. Now, I would like you to also notice that this ship that we're on is a living, conscious being. And so the ship is greeting us. So let's acknowledge, feels like a more feminine energy to me. Although I'm sure it's androgynous, but the energy, the feel of it is soft and loving and compassionate. Very heart energy. Just feel the ship, feel into the space. And the gift that they want to give us today. Okay. They are giving us a universal translator. So this is a device that the first time I saw it was at a Universal Peace Summit, and it was a big orb, like a crystal orb in the center of the room, and there were all these different beings, all these different races, and the orb translated all of the different languages so that everybody could understand each other. And after we were done with that, we were there as the Earth delegates. I asked, hey, could we have one of those, like a personal, portable translator, universal translator? And it was an idea that caught on. I thought, after I heard how how that everybody wanted one then. It's like, oh, too bad you can't get a patent for that idea. So we have this portable, universal, personal, universal translator device. It's an orb, and you can put it in your heart if you'd like to accept it. Bring it in close and feel it with your heart. Feel, again, is it a peaceful, loving feeling, or just neutral? That means it's aligned. And if it feels right, you can accept it. And this will help you to be able to interpret more information that is, going to come in through your light body into your mind, into your brain, because our bodies have been tuned, to perceive just a certain bandwidth of energy. We know that there's lots more life and consciousness all around us that's vibrating faster, and it's vibrating faster than what our physical eyes can perceive. So this, and then when we travel, like during the night or in a meditation, when we come back, we don't always remember because our brain hasn't been set up, or our mind doesn't have the experience to interpret that information. And so the universal translator will help to translate that information into a way that you can understand it. All right, so let's thank the beings on this Arcturian ship and the Arcturian ship herself for this wonderful gift, very valuable gift. And before we leave, let's do that command where we've got it in our heart, and we want to recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. Okay, so many mahalos. Mahalo is Hawaiian for thank you. And aloha to our gracious hosts, and bringing our awareness now back. Bringing our light bodies back out of the ship. We're still in our group light body. And we're hanging up over the earth now. And then we can say aloha to each other. Aloha nui loa. Until we meet again. And bringing your light body with your consciousness in it back down into your physical body, or around your physical body. And again, we're going to recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. And just giving yourself by intention, the internal command to just like really be here fully, bring back all of yourself, and really ground in your body. So the way to do that is just bring your awareness fully into your body. So feel your fingers and your toes and your toenails and your hair, and feel, bring that awareness into the physical body. Yeah, recalibrate, align, balance, and harmonize for graceful integration. So be it, and so it is.
So be it. Graceful transformation and integration. Oh, thank you for that mini adventure in Light Body, and really quite synchronistic with that message on the mothership of the Arcturians. So beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a total surprise to me. I didn't know where we were going to go until we got the invitation and the gift was given, and yeah, beautiful. Yes.
Okay. Well, we're going to take some time to get to a few phone callers today. And if there's any questions on the webcast, I invite our listeners to put that in on the question box. Or if you're on the phone today, you can hit *2 to raise your hand, and we'll try to get to your question. Also, I want to take a quick moment and talk more about the special offer of Light Body Adventures, where you take people on much longer programs to work with various aspects along the light body realm. Can you share more on this beautiful package that you've put together for us?
Yes, I'd love to. Like I said, I come from that training background, so it's just like, let's just do it. Let's practice it. And so I guide you on these types of adventures. And we start out with the maiden voyage, and you already had kind of a maiden voyage, but this goes into more detail about what the light body play is, and we activate it. We do a different journey than what we did today. We do meet your future self. This is I have applied this in so many different ways. Quick example, and I use this even when I was still in the business world. I designed training programs, and I had to teach. I was in Detroit, so I had the auto industry was my client, and I had to teach like 40 new guys every week, this whole week of curriculum, different classes every day. And when I first started out, everything was new to me. I had to learn it, and then I had to teach it. And, being a female in this man's world. And so what I did is I called in my future self, who had already taught this program like 20 times, and I could do it in my sleep. And I am not kidding you. The first time I did it, it felt like that. I had the confidence. It flowed. It was like I had done it 20 times, and I could do it in my sleep. So we've used this for lots of different reasons, different purposes, but you can connect with your future self and, get the guidance, get the confidence that you need right now as if you've already mastered it. Lots of different applications for that. Rainmaker experiment. So this is where we connect with the Mother Earth and the elementals and work with the emotional body of humanity and how that's interfacing with the weather elementals. and to help to clean up the emotional body of humanity so that Mother Earth doesn't have to go to such drastic measures to clean it up and bring it into balance. So, and we've seen after we clean up our mess and then we align with the elementals, how they will bring more grace and ease into a place. So we've done it, when there's big forest fires or wildfires in California, and we've seen those clear up right away. We've, got it to stop raining in flood areas. We've disappeared hurricanes and lots of different things, So this is practice. Every one of these we can apply and practice and master.
Yes, beautiful.
We have a return to Lemuria, a return to Atlantis. We have going into a mountain in Arkansas, into this beautiful crystal vortex, and working with the big crystals there. We go to Venus. We go into inner Earth. We go into the sun, temples of the sun, and a sacred union upgrade. So that is integrating the internal relationship between our own inner male, inner female, and inner child, and healing that inner relationship and getting the inner child to finally feel safe in the body, and having internal parents that are that have gone through this upgrade and are actually kind of in their divine ascended consciousness. So your inner child finally feels safe and has these inner parents to reparent it and have it feel safe and loved, and all of the things that some of us didn't get growing up. So that's a really beautiful sacred union upgrade. And the last one, let's see if we fix that. So the title should be A Visit to Egypt, A Journey Back to Ancient Egypt. The description is right, but the title is wrong. So that's going into Egypt, and and when we go back, like Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, any of these places that we've been before, we have that opportunity to balance any karma, heal anything that's still held over, and then also reactivate any gifts, any talents that we had mastered in those lifetimes, so that we can integrate that wisdom and those gifts and skills into this lifetime.
Wow, this is a very comprehensive bundle of work with you, and these are beautiful that we can come back to and listen to each time, because I'm certain it takes us to a higher octave each time. What would you say about people going to sleep with these?
Well, if they go to sleep with it, they won't remember their journey. I mean, they'll get the benefit of it, but I would at least do it once awake so you can have fun with it,
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for this very special offer. It is available on the special offer button, of course, and we invite those to check it out if it resonates with your heart. I'd like to share a few comments from listeners who experienced that light body journey. Then we'll go to our phone line. Wow, okay. Joy from Richmond shares, I just wanted to comment that I actually felt a physical throbbing at my heart center after receiving the Universal Translator. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And Michael in Tucson, is your rainbow bridge the same as the old Jewel Cool version of the 70s?
I do not know I don't know about Jewel Cool's bridge of the 70s, so I don't think so. I think this is something that we constructed. It started in, when did it start? March of 2005, and went on for 6 years from that point.
Beautiful. Yes, that's a connection of the 7 colors, the rays, and it is from each of your hearts to each other. Is that correct?
The rainbow bridge is a bridge between the 3rd and the 5th dimension. That's how that's what we called it, you know. So that and that's how we thought it was a bridge between the dimensions, so that we could gracefully make that transition.
Okay. We have another listener who says, wonderful, such love and peace present in our light body group and with the Arcturians. The room was white, then flowers began to show. Once we opened our minds, it was like a holographic room, nature all around, trees, etc. I knew she was a living ship before Suzanna said so.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And this is beautiful from Sue in Toronto. Amazing. I was having a bad pain day from a car accident injuries. An Arcturian held me and started working on my head. I was sobbing and laughing at the same time. It was so incredible.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Arcturians are some of the, have the best healing technology in the galaxy. They are just, that's who I call on for healing technology.
Yes, amazing. And Elle asks, did the Arcturians happen to share why they invited us on board today? Wow, she says, it was very nice to share frequency with a part of my roots. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was the invitation that I felt. They didn't give me a reason. I just know that they often do this. They are ambassadors, and their ship is not just filled with Arcturians. It's filled with lots of beings from other star families, and a lot of us do go up to this ship during the night. So it could be very familiar for some people who remember the dreams, or maybe they just remember the energy or the frequency. But it's they've been acting as ambassadors and teachers, and it's a place where we can go. There's lots of meetings there. So, like council meetings. So, it's a popular place in the galaxy right now.
Well, very cool this week. I love the synchronicity as the shows this week focus on our ascension and the evolution into our light body, and even this concept of disclosure that is coming out all around us. So very cool as we experience this as well. And Randy in New York shares epic coolness, he says.
Good.
So we have time for a few phone calls this evening. Let's go to Charlotte, North Carolina. Last numbers of the phone number 3468. Hello, you are unmuted. What's your name, please?
Yes, Don.
Hi, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Do you have a question for Suzanna?
Yeah, I was wondering if she was picking up anything in my light field or body that's sort of coming through. I've been sort of going through this career change thing. I'm really excited. I'm finishing a book, but it seems like it's holding back. It's not ready, or it hasn't been ready to come out. I was wondering if she was seeing any advice about it. It's kind of about freeing the planet from patriarchal religion and how you move that. And so I want to make that into a book and a movie that people can get it in the mass consciousness. And so that's kind of what I'm working on. And I wanted to see
you know what,
how
I'm seeing a wooden splinter. And it's my sense of it is, this is what's coming up, is that it just kind of represents just a little bit of something, an attachment to the cross, the Jesus died on the cross thing. Does that make sense to you?
Is that my attachment, or is that the planet's attachment, or?
No, there's still a little splinter of attachment for you. And it could also be, some of these are like double-sided. It's like from your subconscious or from your early programming or even from past lives, you have the attachment, and now you also have a judgment about it. Not a judgment about the attachment, but a judgment about the religion story. So it's just a splinter, and you can just take it out.
How do you remove that? Just if it's a judgment around it, or is it something subconscious, or?
Yeah, it's subconscious, and so you can just go in. I mean, now that you know it's there, just use your imagination. Your imagination guides the energy. And so just create a little, ceremony where you get a hold of it, the splinter, touch it, get familiar with what it is, what it has, if it has any wisdom to share with you, and integrate the wisdom. And then, use your imagination, whether you want to dissolve it or, send it somewhere, ask it what it needs, what needs to happen. But just, you know how to do this. You know how to work with this. And there's not much there, just that it's enough to slow things up. It wants attention.
Yeah, so that might be hard to wrap your head around, but what Suzanna is saying is that this simple act of your imagination and rewriting that story or removing it or identifying it, just your consciousness of it, your awareness of it, will allow you to see how that has played into your life and the way you behave in certain ways. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. I guess I would consider myself a mystic Christian, but in the sense that, mystic Christianity looks like mystic Buddhism, looks like mystic Sufism, so I don't really know. I probably have a little bit of judgment around how Christianity is practiced and portrayed in America, so I do have probably a little bit of a judgment around that, but more, from the standpoint of like, gosh, you're missing the point of what this was supposed to be. And so,
right.
I'm sure.
So that judgment is, a lot of times when we judge things, it's because we've got something unresolved from our own past. So it's there in your field. So it's in, it's either in your subconscious from your early, years in this life, or, from some other life. But that judgment is going to prevent you from getting the response for this book that you want, because your judgment is going to attract other judgment from the outside. So you don't want to release this book until you've cleared your judgment and that you can put this out from a compassionate heart.
So the judgments that I'm carrying for the way this planetary has been receiving it and then releasing my own judgment around it is sort of your advice around it?
Yes, yes. And finding what the seed judging others is always a self-judgment when it comes down to it. So there's possibly in some other lifetime, maybe you were part of putting this structure together, something like that. So there's your part in it that you have to look at. And if you just go and, hold the splinter or hold your hand over it and ask it to show you, where it came from. And so you clear it at that level, and then you clear your outward projection of it, which is judging others about it. And that'll get it. And then you'll be ready to recalibrate your book and your teachings from the compassionate heart. Compassion means non-judgment.
Very interesting. Okay, and Dawn, congratulations on dreaming very big on that. Go for it. You. A book and a movie. Wonderful.
Yeah. We need story to change story.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. We hope that helps. We're going to go on now to White Rock, BC, and the last numbers are the phone number 0033. Hi, you're unmuted. What's your name, please?
Hello, my name is Patricia.
Hi, Patricia.
Aloha, Patricia.
It was so nice to hear the conversation today. I feel like I have been told that I am a member of several councils, including the Galactic Federation of Light, but I remember very little about those meetings. They're very real to me, and I'm wondering if you could give me some pointers on how I can work with it more.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you wake up in the morning, have something to write with and write down your first impressions. So you're getting, you're going to the meetings and you're getting information and direction, so you want to capture that. And, so set the intention before you go to bed that you're going to remember, have paper and pen, ready. And it might take a little while to get it going, but if you write when you get up and just start writing, even if you don't think you remember anything, just start writing anything. You can start out with, I don't know if I remember anything. Well, okay, there was a hint of this, and, and just as you write, it's going to start flowing. And then the other thing is just also to trust that as you have intuition during your day and during your life, you are going to be acting out whatever those directives are. So it gets integrated into your consciousness, and it might not, always be like somebody's, talking in your head, but it's like you're going to act on it anyway. You're compelled to.
Thank you. That is happening a little bit already. I'm getting information, but I'm amazed, but I don't know where it's coming from.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, and you want to, again, when you get the information, or even kind of track back the source of the information, take it into your heart and feel if it is in alignment. Feel if you feel a peaceful energy, a neutral energy.
Okay.
Because there's, there is, you really need to do that discerning piece. We all need to, especially now, even more so.
Oh.
Because there's lots of beings that are putting out communications, and the other thing is, if you're getting communications that are causing you to be fearful, or apocalyptic kind of information, or anything that causes. Okay, good.
No.
Yeah. So just for anybody else, if you're getting fearful information that causes you to feel fear, or not good about yourself, that's or to be really judging other people, then that's not coming from beings that you want to associate with.
Okay. And are there any gatherings or places where people, like-minded people, meet on this subject?
Well, I have a live light body adventure team. So if you'd like to get in touch with me on that. But I like to have, have people get a little practice with, maybe the package, and then apply for the live team.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to do that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the package, and then get in contact with you?
Sure.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anything else you might want to share with me?
No, you're doing really good. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that? You are on the councils.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool.
It's just I'd like to remember the information. I know that some nights I work very hard at it, but I don't have a recall of it all.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
All, yeah, and the universal translator will help with that you got today.
Yes. Although I think I had been given one on my crown chakra several years ago. It was something on the top of my head, at any rate. I'm not sure if that would be the same thing, but I was sensing it was.
Mm-hmm. Okay, bring it down into your heart.
Okay. I can do that. Thank you.
Okay.
I enjoyed today's talk. It's been really good. So thank you to both of you.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you, Patricia.
Okay.
Isn't that funny how when we're dreaming, we could be very aware of what's going on in that dream space, and we're like, how in the world could we not remember this? This is so, profound, and it's so vivid, but as soon as we wake up, boom, it's gone. So, wow. Well, thanks, and we hope that Patricia will write those dreams down. Okay, Suzanna, we have time for one more caller, if that sits with you. Is that good?
Sure, yes. This is fun.
Okay. It is. We're going to go to Reisterstown, Maryland, and this is last phone number ending in 1737, and it looks like Yelena. Hi.
Yes, this is Lena.
Hi, Lena.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. I just want to know, maybe it's some message for me comes up. I'm trying with light language, and I'm curious maybe where it's coming from, or maybe it's my own, maybe some information that you have on it.
Bring it through the universal translator, and that will translate it into something that you can understand. Where is it coming from? It is coming from your own higher self. It is coming from your seventh dimensional self.
All right. Okay. Okay, it's nice to know.
And you're doing really well with it. So your seventh dimensional self has got you in training to remember, because this is something you're remembering, and so you're doing really well. Stop the self-doubt, let it go, and just let it go and let it flow. Let the doubt go and let the light flow.
Yeah, I'm trying. The only thing that I have, it's some kind of blockage that I have, because I don't know what it is exactly, but I can hear it too, and I can hear it in my ears. It's kind of like not from outside, it's like from inside.
Okay, so take the love light from your heart and take it into that place where you're hearing that, and ask about it. What message do you have? What is your purpose for being? How can I integrate you into my being with love?
Okay.
And you'll get an answer. You'll get an answer, and you're going to be surprised by the answer. In a good way.
Yeah, I usually surprised, but in kind of weird way.
Yeah,
everything what I hear just, I don't know, doesn't have any sense.
Okay, well that is actually a good sign. That it's not, that you're not making it up from your mind.
No, I'm not.
That it really is coming from a different dimension.
Maybe it's more like maybe some kind of trauma. I don't know, maybe past life or childhood. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you can go right into it, and you can see I'm trying to encourage people to be, to get the confidence to remember their own mastery. So you know how to do this. So you go to that place, and instead of judging it, just understand that it's there. It believes it has a purpose, and it's usually a purpose. The purpose for these energies is to protect us from something. Now, it might be a misguided idea of protection, but that's what you have to find out. And then, find out what it is, and then what's it going to take to integrate this into your being with love.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you, Elena. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura.
Okay, thanks. Well, Suzanna, this has been really wonderful. As we say goodbye today, is there anything else that you'd like to add on the dimensions? You had mentioned that, Elena was in the seventh dimension, feeling into that. So how can we really sense these dimensions? It's a feeling, it's a frequency. Do you have anything to add on this?
What else can we say about dimensions? Well, they're like frequency bandwidths, and like a radio station, the signal exists within a certain range, bandwidth of energy, and each dimension has its own characteristics, and sometimes even its own way of operating, its own physics. So as we start to evolve into our fifth dimensional awareness and master this light body, we can travel to many, many different dimensions. And the higher, if people are using numbers, and it's very kind of arbitrary in a way, the way that people will describe the different dimensions and put numbers on them. It's pretty arbitrary. It's just like trying to create a measurement system that the mind can understand. So
yes,
I'm not sure. It's like if one person is talking about dimensions and numbering them, it might not even be the same as somebody else is numbering them. But just in a general sense, that it's measuring, a certain experience that has certain characteristics within it. And in order to perceive in that experience or in that environment, that dimension, you need to have your energy aligned with it. And so the higher your own personal frequency goes, the more options that you have to experience more. So we've been limited.
Okay.
We've been limited to the third and fourth dimension for such a long time, but this is what's opening up, and we're getting free now to travel. So that's the fun, and remembering that, and being able to stay conscious while we do that. So that's what we're remembering and practicing right now.
Beautiful. Thank you for helping people remember that. The beautiful thing is, this is helping as we continue this work and build this connection and really practice it and integrate it, then we are able to get new inspiration that has transcended these belief systems of ourselves or any fears that have held us back. And so that is really wonderful, because I can really see how solutions will come about on our earth, and how that truly does anchor in New Earth. So thank you for your tireless work and your passionate dedication to this. And it really is assisting all of us to reach that quantum realm.
Mm-hmm. My pleasure, my joy. Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Beautiful. From the island of Kauai. And so anyone who's interested can also go to Kauai and check out your personal events that you have there too. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Suzanna Kennedy. Thank you for this quantum conversation.
You're very welcome. Thank you to everybody, to you too, to bring together such beautiful beings of light and love and dedication. You really are playing a very important role as well. So thank you for your good work.
Thank you too for listening and sharing in this space today. We leave you now with music from the universe, literally sacred geometry of music, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. you.